Welcome back. Still to come, Sir Ranulph Fiennes is here to talk about his heroes. First, though, it's competition time. For the next few weeks, Dermot Gavin will be going up the garden path of the rich and famous to poke around their perennials. Today, it's the turn of one very famous bachelor boy.
Blue skies, loads of sunshine, trees, shrubs, flowers everywhere. In fact, this is a true oasis, in the middle, though, of a vineyard. Now, I'm not here to peek through the keyhole and look inside the house, but I want to see whose garden this is and offer them my congratulations.
Congratulations and jubilations. I want the world to know I'm happy as can be.
The whole thing is absolutely beautiful. Plenty of pots filled with flowers, and everywhere I look, there are beautiful overhanging trees providing shade, and the vistas are really extraordinary. The house has been built around the concept of outdoor living. Everything centres on this courtyard, which has a wonderful swimming pool, and standing guard around the pool are these statues, which act as fantastic focal points.
You are my theme for a dream, yes you are, a rare and lovely thing.
One of the really magnificent things about this garden is the range of plants. This is a wonderful callistemon, or bottle brush. Now, you do see them in the UK, but not as big as this, and very unusual to see a weeping form. And behind me, I'm just loving that terrace of planting that makes a background to that wonderful pool.
Everywhere you look, you could pick up clues as to the owner. The musical statue, the trees offering shadows to give shade from the sun, the tennis court, the cross-shaped garden. He's even wired for sound with rock star speakers.
That's really rock and roll.
It's the perfect place for a rock star to spend their summer holiday.
It is, of course, the garden of music legend Sir Cliff Richard. Sir Cliff, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Thanks for inviting us to your brilliant garden.
Oh, no, it's a pleasure. I'm aware of the wonder I live in, you know, and it's always nice to share paradise.
So Sir Cliff took me on a tour of his paradise. Oh, hang on, I've just spotted something.
Yeah, it's just mildew and a bit of rust.
That's better.
You're gonna find me out in the country.
Tell me, what was the garden like when you came here?
Pretty bare, actually. I've been here for about 16 years, and the garden was, well, it's nothing like this, really. The essence was here, but there was not much growing. I had to bring in a whole load of stuff, and I liked that. I liked the idea of going out to a garden centre and saying, oh, I fancy having those. I've even tried to grow roses. They grow quite well, but you've got to keep deadheading if you want any length of life. Bougainvillea I love, and of course I have a mass of olive trees.
And there's a great avenue of olives as you drive in.
My driveway is an avenue of olives. It is fantastic.
It really, really is.
But even in paradise, there can be trouble. Recently, the palm trees of the Algarve were decimated by a foreign invader.
She's just a devil woman with...
OK, so the song isn't quite right, but Cliff hasn't sung a track called Devil Beetle.
Sir Cliff, I'd seen this palm tree earlier. It is one of the most magnificent specimens in the garden.
It is fantastic, and if that bug had taken that away, I'd have been very hurt. They say that when they brought a whole bunch of them from China somewhere, nobody knew there was this beetle in there, and it started to eat the heart of the tree.
And
you'll often see a tree like this with no leaves on top.
That's
just
gardening for you.
I know. Heartbreaking sometimes. One of my favourite areas is here.
With a little imagination, you will find the world can be left behind.
This part of the building, it's about 300 years old, maybe 350 years, and on this huge wide terrace is where they used to bring all the almonds and crack them, and they'd stick their figs out and dry them out.
So it was a working farmhouse.
Oh, yeah, it really was.
And what you've done is very playful. The colour works very well, the architecture works very well, and everywhere you go, there's something else to see. What I love about this area is what's been done on the wall, and that is a trompe l'oeil in a way.
It is. All you do is you buy a pot and you slice it in half, and you stick one half on the wall. It's got soil in there, but it just makes it look as though that wonderful tiled palm tree is actually growing.
Of course, the great advantage of having an elevated terrace here is that you can see right over the garden, and I love the way you can see the very definite garden rooms. There's the section with the cross, then the pathways that lead everywhere, the trees that drape over those pathways, and the tennis court.
It's essentially still a Portuguese garden because everything that grows here won't grow in England. But I love the real quaint old English gardens were the ones with the little maze in one corner, then an arbour that led into the herb garden, you know, and so I have stolen all of that. And cultures can blend very easily if we let them blend. It's a shame that people don't blend as well as gardens do.
Of course, even amongst all this grandeur, there are simple pleasures too.
So follow the sun, and you'll have lots of fun.
Something remarkable about this, because I don't know if it's the heat, but the smell
It's a very
from
powerful mint. That would be great at the Pimm's, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So you have all these homes. I read in the press that you're downsizing. Does it get too much having too many properties to worry about, too many gardens to worry about?
Yeah, in a way it's life I'm trying to downsize on. And yeah, these houses are wonderful, I love them. But even in Barbados, you know, I'm getting to that stage of my life where I'd like a lock up and go. And that tends to be an apartment. But this place is going to be the last place to go.
Of course, my tour of his garden isn't the only tour on Sir Cliff's mind, because while he might be downsizing his private life, his professional life is as busy as ever.
Baby, you're saving a life, one kiss at a time. I can't live without you, and I don't want to try. You're saving a life.
Well, my tour is coming up, and the album's called Soulicious, because I went and recorded with some iconic soul singers. And of course, I'm going to go on tour, and I'll be able to present how I got here with the songs I've made famous, and then introduce these wonderful people like Frida Payne and Percy Sledge is going to come, Lamont Dozier. So I'm very excited about this.
So there is a connection, because music being about the soul, gardening about the soul.
Yep.
And windmills, what are they about? Windmills of the mind in your garden.
Yeah, there certainly are. I really had a feeling when I first came here that I would get the locals to bring. I had this visual of all the people coming up with their sacks of stuff and sticking it in there and me grinding up their corn. No. They said, no, we go to Faro, it's put in the machine, we press a button and it's done.
The computer does it now.
Well, but it still looks good.
And from Windmills of the Mind, oh, by the way, that's a Hank Marvin cover, Cliff fans, to something on my mind, a gift for Sir Cliff. But first,
I think I should be serenaded as I dig this hole.
Oh my goodness. Who are you going to get to sing for you, though?
Well, I think, do you know what my favourite Cliff Richard song is?
What?
Summer Holiday.
Oh, you're kidding. Okay, start digging.
Even though it's winter, I feel like I'm on my summer holidays. So
we're all going on a summer holiday. No more working for me. Fun and laughter on our summer holiday. No more worries for me or you. For a week or two. How long is it going to take?
We're going where the sun shines
brightly. We're going where the sea is blue. We've seen it in the movies. Mind the irrigation. Let's see if it's true. So we're going on a summer holiday. No more sweating for me or you. For a week or two. Well, I finished. You haven't.
well, Doug, it's time to present Sir Cliff.
Now look at that. Very special rose, this one.
Congratulations.
With a Cliff Richard Floribunda rose.
Well, there we go. So from the Sir Cliff Richard rose to the real thing. Sir Cliff, it's been an absolute pleasure letting us visit your garden.
Oh, thank you
so
very much. It's been an absolute pleasure for me too.